Welcome back to English Audio Lab, the place where real conversations build real English. I'm Maya.
And I'm Derek. And today, I have a confession to make.
Ooh, a confession. Go ahead, Derek.
Okay, so last weekend, I was watching an American series. No subtitles. And I understood almost everything. The jokes, the arguments, the emotions. I understood all of it.
That's amazing, Derek.
Wait. Then my friend called me, an English-speaking friend, and he asked me, "Hey, Derek, what have you been up to?" Simple question. And I just froze.
You froze.
Completely. My brain went totally silent, like someone turned off the lights. I understood the question perfectly, but the words to answer it just disappeared.
And how did that feel?
Honestly, frustrating and a little embarrassing, because I thought, I just watched an entire episode without subtitles. Why can I not answer one simple question?
Derek, what you just described, that exact feeling, is the most common struggle in English learning today, and it has a name.
It does?
It does. And today at English Audio Lab, we are going to talk about exactly what that is, why it happens, and most importantly, what to do about it.
Because I know I'm not the only one who has felt this.
You are absolutely not alone. In fact, I would guess that almost every single person listening to us right now has felt this exact same thing at least once.
That moment of, I understand everything, but I cannot say anything.
Exactly that moment. And today we're going to go deep on it. No surface level advice. The real reason. The reason most people never talk about.
I am very ready for this episode. This one feels personal.
It is personal for so many learners. Okay, before we dive in,
Yes, if English Audio Lab has ever given you that moment of, oh, I understand that,
please subscribe, leave us a comment, and share this episode with one person who needs to hear it today.
one person, that's all. It means the world to us.
All right, into the lab. Let's talk about this. So, Derek, let me ask you something first. When you were watching that series, what were you doing with your mouth?
My mouth? Nothing. I was just sitting there watching.
Exactly. And when you were listening to English podcasts, what was your mouth doing?
Also nothing. Just listening.
And when you were reading English articles, your mouth?
Closed, silent. Oh, I see where this is going.
You have been training one skill for a very long time, and that skill is receiving English, taking it in, understanding it,
But never producing it.
never producing it. And here's the key word for today, the word that explains everything. The word is passive.
Passive.
Passive means receiving without responding, consuming without creating, taking in without giving out. You have become an incredibly passive English expert.
A passive expert. That's actually a very strange thing to be.
It is strange, but it's incredibly common. Think about it like this. Imagine someone who watches cooking videos every single day. For 2 years, they know every technique, every ingredient, every step of every recipe.
But they've never actually cooked.
They've never once stood in a kitchen and cooked. So one day someone asks them, "Can you make pasta?" And they panic.
Because watching and doing are completely different skills.
Completely different. Watching someone swim does not teach your body to swim. Watching someone drive does not teach your hands to drive. And listening to English does not automatically teach your mouth to speak English.
So understanding English and speaking English, they're actually two separate skills.
Two completely separate skills, stored in different parts of your brain, built through different kinds of practice. And here's the thing that nobody tells learners. You can be at level 8 in understanding and level 2 in speaking at the exact same time.
That explains so much. I always thought, if I understand it, I should be able to say it.
That's the most common misconception in all of language learning. Misconception. Great word for our English Audio Lab listeners. A misconception is a wrong belief that feels completely true. You believe it confidently, but it's actually incorrect.
So the misconception is understanding equals speaking.
Yes, and almost every learner carries this misconception. They feel like, I should be able to speak because I understand so much, and when they can't, they feel stupid or broken, or like something is wrong with them.
I've definitely felt that. Like, what is wrong with me?
Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with any learner who feels this. You just trained the wrong skill without even knowing you were doing it.
So what do we do about it?
Before we get to the solutions, I want to go a little deeper on why this happens, because understanding the reason fully makes the solution much clearer.
Okay, tell me everything.
So, your brain has two separate systems for language. System 1, the recognition system. This is what lights up when you hear or read English. It matches sounds and words to meanings. It's fast, it's automatic, and years of listening and reading have made it very strong.
That's my superpower, apparently.
Your very real superpower. System 2, the production system. This is what needs to activate when you speak or write. It has to find the right words, build the sentence structure, control your mouth and breath, and do all of this in real time, while also thinking about what you want to say.
That sounds like a lot happening at once.
It is a tremendous amount happening at once. And here's the critical word for today: tremendous. Tremendous means extremely large or powerful. The amount of brain activity required to speak a language is tremendous, far more than listening or reading.
So speaking is actually the hardest skill.
The hardest and the most demanding, and most learners spend 90% of their time on the easier skills, listening and reading, and almost no time on the hardest one, speaking.
Because speaking is uncomfortable and listening is comfortable.
You just identified the second reason: comfort. Listening to English is comfortable. Nobody judges you, nobody's waiting for your response. You can pause, rewind, replay.
It is completely safe.
Completely safe. But speaking is vulnerable. Vulnerable, important word for today. Vulnerable means open to being judged, criticized, or hurt. When you speak, your mistakes are visible, your accent is exposed, your limitations are on display.
And nobody wants to feel that way.
Nobody. So the brain does what brains always do. It avoids the uncomfortable thing and gravitates toward the comfortable one.
So I kept listening because it felt good and avoided speaking because it felt scary.
Without even making a conscious decision to do it. It just happened naturally. And over years, the gap between your understanding and your speaking grew wider and wider.
That actually makes me feel better. Like it wasn't laziness, my brain was just protecting me.
Exactly. Your brain was doing its job. Now we need to give it a new job. There's one more reason, and this is the one nobody talks about, the real hidden reason.
Oh, here it is.
When you listen to English, you have context. Context means all the surrounding information that helps you understand something. The tone of someone's voice, the expression on their face, the situation you're in, the words that came before.
So even if I don't know every word, I can figure out the meaning.
Exactly. Your brain is incredibly good at using context to fill the gaps. But when you speak, there's no context to lean on. You have to produce the exact words yourself, from nothing.
That is so much harder.
It is like the difference between multiple choice and a blank page. Listening is multiple choice. The answer is somewhere in what you hear. Speaking is a blank page. Everything has to come from you.
Multiple choice versus blank page. That is such a perfect way to explain it.
And most learners have only ever practiced multiple choice. They've never sat with the blank page. So, how do we start filling the blank page? 4 things, and all 4 of them are things anyone can start today. Ready?
Ready.
Number 1. Close the gap with micro-speaking.
Micro-speaking. What is that?
Micro means very small. Micro-speaking means speaking English in tiny moments throughout your day. Not a full conversation, not a lesson, just small moments.
Like what?
You read a sentence in English, say it out loud immediately. You hear a word you know, use it in a sentence out loud immediately. You finish watching a video, say one thing out loud about what you just watched.
So I'm connecting my understanding directly to my speaking in real time.
You are building a bridge between System 1 and System 2.
Every micro-speaking moment is one brick in that bridge.
And the bridge gets stronger every day.
Every single day. Start with just 5 micro-speaking moments per day. That is it. 5 tiny moments where your understanding becomes speaking.
That sounds completely manageable.
It is designed to be manageable, because manageable means you actually do it, and doing it matters more than anything else.
What is number 2?
Number 2, borrow before you build.
Borrow before I build. Explain this.
One reason speaking feels so hard is that people feel like they have to create everything from scratch, find the perfect words, build the perfect sentence, all in real time.
Which is impossible under pressure.
Impossible. So instead, borrow. When you hear a phrase in English that you like, steal it, keep it, use it.
Like collecting phrases.
Exactly like collecting. You hear someone say, "To be honest with you," you borrow it. You hear, "That's a really good point." You borrow it. You hear, "I've been thinking about this a lot lately." You borrow it.
And then when I need to speak, I already have these phrases ready.
You are not building from scratch anymore. You are assembling from your collection. Assembling, great word. Assembling means putting together pieces you already have to create something new.
Like building with blocks you already own.
Exactly. Fluent speakers do not create every sentence from zero. They assemble from thousands of borrowed phrases that have become automatic over time.
So I need to start my collection.
Start today. Every episode of English Audio Lab, find one phrase you want to borrow, write it down, say it out loud 3 times, use it somewhere today.
1 phrase per episode. That is a collection of 50 phrases after 50 episodes.
And 50 phrases used naturally makes you sound like a fluent speaker. Number 3, speak to your reflection.
The mirror?
The mirror, but with a specific purpose this time, not just talking randomly. Every day, you look at yourself in the mirror and you answer one question in English, out loud, for 2 minutes.
What kind of question?
Questions that replicate real conversations. How was your day? What are you worried about right now? What do you want to do this weekend? What is something you are proud of recently?
These are questions someone would actually ask me.
Real questions, real answers, real speaking practice. And the mirror does something very specific. It creates a sense of an audience without the actual danger of one.
So I get the feeling of speaking to someone without the fear of being judged.
You're training yourself to be comfortable being seen while speaking English, because ultimately, that's what real conversation requires.
Being comfortable being seen.
And every day in the mirror, that comfort grows a little. The words come a little faster. The sentences feel a little more natural, until one day your friend calls and asks, "What have you been up to?" And the answer just comes.
That's the goal. That's exactly the goal.
And number 4? Number 4, and this is the most important one, we call it embrace the gap.
Embrace the gap. Not close it, embrace it.
Yes, because here's the truth. The gap between your understanding and your speaking will always be there to some degree. Even advanced speakers have moments where a word escapes them.
So it never fully disappears?
It shrinks dramatically, but the learners who improve fastest are not the ones who are most talented. They're the ones who are most comfortable speaking inside the gap.
Speaking even when it's not perfect.
Speaking when you can only find 8 of the 10 words you need. Speaking when your grammar is not quite right. Speaking when you have to pause and think. All of that is still speaking. All of that still counts.
So the gap is not a problem to hide, it's just the current state of your journey.
Beautifully said, Derek. The gap is not your enemy. Silence is. Every time you choose silence over imperfect speaking, the gap stays exactly where it is.
And every time I speak inside the gap,
The gap closes a little more.
embrace the gap. I love that. That actually removes so much pressure.
That's exactly why it works. Remove the pressure, and the words start to come.
Maya, before we recap, I want to ask you something honest.
Always.
How long does it take to close the gap enough to feel like a real speaker?
Honest answer?
Honest answer.
It depends completely on one thing. Not your talent, not your native language, not how old you are. One thing only.
What is it?
How often you speak. That's it. The gap closes in direct proportion to how often you open your mouth in English.
So there's no shortcut, just speaking more.
Speaking more. Starting today. Starting imperfectly. Starting with just one sentence if that's all you have.
One sentence is enough to start.
One sentence is everything. Because one sentence today becomes 2 sentences tomorrow, and 2 becomes 10, and 10 becomes a conversation, and a conversation becomes fluency.
That's one of the most encouraging things I've heard about language learning.
It's the truth, and the truth is always encouraging when you understand it fully.
Recap time. Let's bring it all home.
Why do you understand English but struggle to speak it? Derek, reason 1?
Understanding and speaking are 2 completely separate skills. You can be advanced in one and a beginner in the other at the exact same time.
Reason 2.
Listening is comfortable and safe. Speaking is vulnerable and uncomfortable. So your brain naturally chose listening and avoided speaking without you even realizing it.
Reason 3. The hidden one.
Listening has context to help you. Speaking is a blank page. You have to produce everything yourself with no help from context.
And the 4 things you can do about it starting today. Number 1.
Micro-speaking. 5 tiny speaking moments every day. Connect your understanding to your voice in real time.
Number 2.
Borrow before you build. Collect real English phrases, assemble them instead of creating from scratch. Start your collection today.
Number 3.
Speak to your reflection. Answer one real question in the mirror every day. Build comfort being seen while speaking English.
Number 4.
Embrace the gap. Speak inside the imperfection. The gap is not your enemy, silence is.
And our vocabulary from today's English Audio Lab session.
Passive, receiving without responding, consuming without creating. Misconception, a wrong belief that feels completely true. Tremendous, extremely large or powerful. Vulnerable, open to being judged, criticized, or hurt. Context, surrounding information that helps you understand something. Micro, very small, tiny. Assembling, putting together pieces you already have to create something new. Proportion, a direct relationship between 2 things. When one grows, the other grows equally.
8 vocabulary words, all learned through real conversation. No lists, no memorizing, just English living inside real ideas. That's the English Audio Lab way.
Our question for you today:
Have you ever felt this? That moment of, I understand everything, but I cannot say anything.
tell us in the comments. And also, which of the 4 strategies are you starting with today?
Micro-speaking, borrow before you build, speak to your reflection, or embrace the gap.
We read every single comment, every one.
And remember, nothing is wrong with you. You have simply been training the wrong skill. Now you know. Now you can change it.
One sentence, starting today.
Your voice deserves to be heard in English, starting right now.
See you in the next session. Keep listening.
Keep speaking. English Audio Lab.